I'm not sure if I'm gonna release this video. Anyways, the other night I was in bed and I was just thinking, like, you know, man, people really give these cars stick for being unreliable. You know, they gotta break down, they gotta leave you stranded. I do not go easy on my car, like I go pretty hard. And this thing has not once given me a single issue. Apart from the transmission mount, and the rear motor mount, and the PCV, and probably the turbo as well. So, you get me. Those are things that, right, they don't leave you stranded. It's fine.
Are you sure about that?
But then the very next day, right, I'm boosting it. Of course. Why the fuck would I not be boosting it? New Zealand police, of course, I'm keeping to the speed limit. Don't worry. And so then this old guy just drives past and he's got his head out the window, looking like pissed off, and he's like, fucking slow down, you cunt. I would just like to say, right, I'm not one of those sketchy motherfuckers that does like really dangerous pulls and stuff. I always make sure that's safe. Like, especially with passengers, right? Like, my friend, she was aboard the absolute beast. That is the Mazdaspeed 3. Like, yeah, I keep that shit safe. But anyways, right, so we both found that kind of funny, right? Waiting at the traffic lights, and I just see some smoke that's like coming out from in front of the car. And I'm like, don't worry, right? This car's a fucking trooper, it's not giving me an issue. It's just like the car's exhaust in front of us.
Are you sure about that?
Until we then go off to the next set of traffic lights, and it is still there. So I pull up, get out the bloody car, and there's just some coolant on the floor. You know, maybe that was the car before us, right? You know? So, you know, I go, pop the hood, and there's literally coolant everywhere except from where it's meant to be, right? There's coolant all over the engine bay, except from it's not in the overflow tank. So, you know, I'm thinking like, man, I hope this really isn't a radiator or something. My friend, she doesn't know anything about cars, so I'd just be like, you know, bitch, go and get me a fucking egg, and I'd crack that motherfucker and pour it into the radiator, and that would just be like magic. But luckily it wasn't that. Basically, this weak piece of shit coolant hose had decided to fall down in front of the radiator fan, which then sanded it back, and then it split, and then the coolant decided, you know what?
Let's leave!
And so my friend, she goes off and gets Starbucks, of course, and tape. And in the car, I had one cable tie. I get the tape, wrap up the little hole, put a cable tie on top, pour a bottle of water into the overflow tank. You know, there's still literally nothing in the overflow tank. And the coolant literally doesn't go over 86 degrees the whole way. So, the car's a fucking trooper, I'm just saying that. And that's where we are now. So as you can see, here's our little culprit with the quality fix. Yeah, I just got to get a new coolant hose and put that on. So I messaged my parts guy, and this is a big shout out to Johnny Parts, right? My man, he has the best prices on OEM Mazda parts. He's got all the best advice. He's so helpful and everything. He can install parts as well, like, top lad. But anyways, he didn't have any in stock. You know, people were saying, just get a generic hose. I'm like, yeah, that would work fine. But like, if you look at it right, there's like a hard 90-degree bend, and you know, there's these. So anyways, yeah, I don't think a generic hose would be quite as clean as OEM. So thanks for the idea from Caden, you fucking legend. We've got this little barbed fitting hose connector thing. Got to splice each end of the broken hose and put it on to this MF with a hose clamp. Let's get this all started. Let's put the Mazda back there and get to it. Cold start with the coolant delete mod. All good. So make sure the heater is on the hottest setting. And now take the under tray off. Now you take the shit off. So do you see the screw in there? You gotta unscrew that, and that's the coolant drain. It's going everywhere. Everywhere but in the bucket. Oh god. Nice. Oh. Ew. Let's get to this now. So just cut it, yeah, after it started to be ground down and so that's on. So apparently this stuff's quite poisonous, so if you just leave it in like an empty bucket and just put a sign on it saying neighborhood cats don't drink because you'll die, they should get the idea and not drink it, obviously. Clean. So as you can see, that's green. So you gotta just keep going until it's clear. Damn, it's got a strong flow. It's coming out of here too now. What's happening? Well, that's looking clear. I'd drink that. Drain plug's gotten back in. It's gotta be just time to fill the tank up till it's full with coolant. It's got it way over the full line. Start the cap off and just let it start to bleed, so obviously the level will drop quite a lot. So pour more in until it's like level. Bubbles to be coming out of here, because that's it's bleeding. Then when the bubbles stop coming, it should be mostly bled. Go take it for a drive, come back, check the levels, make sure you don't overheat. And put your heater on and have it on the highest temperature but like quite a low fan speed, just so it doesn't draw the heat away and it'll take it longer to warm up and for the fans to kick in and all that. Just bleeding. It's only been quite a while, like 40 minutes. And we're still like there, bro. Just keep an eye on it for like the next week, and if it's low, then top it up. And if it's overfilled, then empty it. Like, you only check the level when it's cold, because that's when it's most accurate. So it's actually been like a week now, so took it for a couple tries and it didn't fucking explode, so that's something. Of course, like before you saw that the level was over, first of all, because it's hot, water expands, and second of all, I shouldn't have put that much in it, because I thought it would go down quite a bit low when the thermostat kicked in, but it didn't really, so whatever. I don't know what else you guys want to hear. But what would be good to hear would be if you guys would follow me on Instagram, like and subscribe and all that. And yeah, thank you for watching. We'll see you next week. Love you. I went to start the car, not